Hello, callers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on the latest as usual. We start with Pedri Gonzalez in a recent interview. The superstar talks Messi, Iniesta, Frenkie de Jong, Real Madrid snub, World Cup, and many more. We are going to be discussing on everything Pedri had to say as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Sergi Roberto, as the Barcelona defender is reportedly open to any scenario as uncertainty looms over his future. So guys, before we get right into the stories in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch right up to the very end. Barcelona midfield sensation Pedri recently gave a candid interview to Icon magazine, during which the 19-year-old discussed the upcoming FIFA World Cup, his idols, as well as his collapsed transfer to Real Madrid. Kicking things off, Pedri explained that he is very bad loser and does not like to face defeat, saying, "I feel very sad when I lose, even if it's a video game. I don't play with Pedri on FIFA or on the PlayStation. If I'm going to lose in video games, I'd rather lose playing Messi or Cristiano." Talking about the style of play he likes, Pedri revealed that he prefers to be playing attractive football that can be enjoyable to spectators. He said, "I prefer playing attractive football for the spectator. It is not always possible to enjoy while you play, but it is winning that I really enjoy," he said. Given his form, Pedri is pretty much confirmed to be, a part of the Spain squad for the FIFA World Cup later this month, ahead of what will be his first ever World Cup. The 19-year-old claimed that Andres Iniesta's goal in the 2010 final was firmly etched to his memory. He said, "I went crazy with Iniesta's goal in the World Cup final. I would be lying if I didn't say that I imagined myself scoring like this, but it's better not to be obsessed with it," he said. "We have to play the first game, then the second, and continue like this as far as we can go. If it's to the final, then we end up winning it. I won't care who scores the winning goal because I'll go even crazier than with Andres' goal." When asked to name the favorites for the tournament, Pedri picked Argentina, citing that they had Lionel Messi, who according to him is still the best in the world. He said, "I see Argentina as one of the favorites to win, especially with Messi, who is still the best in the world, especially as it is his last World Cup and he will do everything he can to win it." Pedri also named Czech, Brazil and France as possible contenders and refused to rule out the Netherlands as well by saying, "Frenkie de Jong always tells me that he is very excited to play this World Cup, that they, Netherlands, have a very strong team and they are going to make a splash. I have already told him to not forget about us." Before his transfer to Barcelona, Pedri was close to signing for Real Madrid. He had trained with the Spanish Capital Cup, but they ended up rejecting the teenager, eventually paving the way for him to land at Camp Nou. And Pedri insisted that even though he would have signed for Real Madrid if they accepted him, everything worked out well for him as he landed at his dream club. He said, "I think so. My ambition was to, of course, make my way as a professional footballer, and it would have been very difficult to refuse the offer of one of the greats in the history of this sport. That train passed, and 2 years later, I ended up signing for the team of my dreams." Revealing his admiration for Iniesta, Pedri said, "My first idol and my family's favorite player is Andres Iniesta. I have been a Barcelona admirer since childhood." Great words there from Pedri Gonzalez, of course, one of the best players we have in the team. One of the best players that Barca have had for the last 3 seasons. Of course, talking about his time at Barca, his idol. With the World Cup soon approaching, of course, many players who will be participating in that tournament can't just wait. We the fans of football can't just wait. And of course, Pedri seems so excited to play his first World Cup. He's still 19 and he's already playing his World Cup for Spain. And of course, he sounds very excited about the World Cup that is coming, as many players will. So let's see how it goes for Pedri and the other Barca players who will be participating in their, I think most of them have their first World Cups to participate in. As we have a young squad, Pablo Gavi as well, will be participating for the World Cup. Frenkie de Jong participating for his first World Cup. So we wish all of them the very best in their respective nations participating for the World Cup. So let's see how it goes. Then moving on to the next story of discussion, with Gerard Piqué set to play his final game, maybe against Osasuna, after he did his farewell yesterday after a 2-0 victory over Almeria. Of course, Piqué's retirement will soon be followed by the exit of fellow club captain Sergio Busquets, whose contract expires at the end of the season. Furthermore, Barca are also hoping to get rid of Jordi Alba shortly, meaning another captain could soon be off the books. And as for Sergi Roberto, he too is staring at an uncertain future at Spotify Camp Nou. According to Sport, Roberto, who is currently out with an injury, is said to be open to any scenario as far as his future is concerned. The 30-year-old spent his majority of last season out injured. Given that he was in the final year of his contract at the time, there were serious doubts about him being given an extension, but manager Xavi convinced the board to renew Roberto for another year. As part of his new contract, the La Masia graduate took a massive 60% pay cut and also agreed to forego half of his bonus payments. Having renewed, he has shown that he can still be a useful player for the team, featuring in 60% of minutes before getting injured again. But like Sergio Busquets, Roberto's contract also expires at the end of the season, and another extension is very unlikely to be forthcoming, with the Barcelona board keen on dispensing him off. The versatile right back, though, is said to be open to all possible scenarios, from renewing with Barca to entertaining proposals from different clubs in Spain or the rest of Europe, or even following Busquets to the MLS. The report insists that Roberto is not particularly favoring the MLS option, as he feels he can still continue playing in Europe. But as things stand, he is not opposed to renewing if Barca can propose a new contract based on his performances in the second half of the season. At the same time, he is not ruling out entertaining proposals from other clubs in Europe. Personally, I think Roberto needs to leave when his contract comes to an end. That's just my opinion. I very much doubt if Barca will extend Roberto's contract. Of course, it's no secret that Barca are looking for a new right back. Hector Bellerin have not played up to the level that Barca were expecting, and also the fact that Roberto is not even a natural right back. But even though he has been playing there for many years, he's not that convincing. You can't rely on Roberto all the time, and now he's even injury prone. So I think Barcelona, the idea now is to at least get one or two right backs. Roberto needs to just go as far as his contract is concerned. It expires at the end of the season. We all know without Xavi, I don't think Roberto could have been right now at Barca, because Xavi is the one who put pressure on the Barca board to extend Roberto's contract. So I think it will be difficult for Roberto to see another year at Barcelona. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.